Hi, this is Natalie Rydstrom and you're watching SBR Picks. 15th place Sunderland come from a 2-0 loss, giving QPR their first on-the-road win. But can they bounce back with a win when they host 14th place West Brom on Saturday? Lee Phelps joins us now to run through the match and give us his predictions. Now, it's predicted to be close, and I think the odds reflect that. Sunderland are priced 2.7, West Brom 3.1, and the draw 3.3. So very tempting to play those odds. Do you predict a winner?
No, I think it'll be a stalemate. I'm pretty concerned about what's going on at Sunderland, well, for the Sunderland fans anyway. You know, as well as that defeat in the Premier League that you mentioned, of course, they lost to Bradford City in the FA Cup on Sunday, and you know, Bradford City are League One, 2 divisions below the Premier League. For anyone who doesn't follow the lower league football in England, and they look like the Premier League team. They were never really in trouble. Then Sunderland never really seemed to be bothered about the game, and since then, a lot of Sunderland fans have been very angry with the manager, Gus Poyet. It's led him to write an open letter to the fans in the press, which is pretty unheard of. I mean, most managers just say, yeah, whatever, you know, get on with it. I'm managing your club, and you know, this is what you've got. And it was like a very impassioned letter, and you know, great, you know. And he said he wants everyone to come back together and all the rest of it. But I'm not sure that really rubs with your normal football fan. I think if they concede early, there could be problems at the Stadium of Light this weekend. So I'm worried about Sunderland. West Brom improving, but Tony Pulis usually takes his teams away from home and has one thing on his mind, and that's not losing the game. So that's why I'm thinking the draw. I don't think there's enough confidence in Sunderland to go and beat West Brom. I don't think there's enough ambition from West Brom to go and beat Sunderland.
Well, the reverse match saw a 2-2 draw. So what are you predicting in terms of goals? Can we see as many goals, or are you probably siding with the bookies here, going for the under 2.5 goals, and that's priced at 1.6?
Yeah, I think I'm going for the under 2.5. I think that with all what's happened this week with Gus Poyet and Sunderland, I think his message to his players will be to keep this tight. Again, because of that pressure, because they lost to Bradford City in the Cup, because they gave QPR their first away win of the season, they won't want to lose another game. He could be out of a job. In his mind, he must be thinking, if I lose another game, I'm under serious pressure here, and there'll be lots of noise from the home fans. I think he'll send his team out to not lose the game, and as I've already said, I think Pulis sends his teams out to do that every single away game. All they need to do is keep accumulating points. Both these teams, really. If they get a point a game from here on in, that will see them have Premier League football for another year. So I'm going under 2.5 here. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a 0-0. I'm not going for a 0-0, but I wouldn't be altogether surprised if it is a real low scorer. But under 2.5 will do me.
Looking at the both teams to score market, No has a slightly lower odds at 1.8. Both teams to scores priced 2.1. Is this maybe a market that you would stay away from in case we just see a goal from either side? What's your thoughts there?
Yeah, I probably would. I can kind of see a 1-0. I mean, my favourite scoreline would be 1-1, so that would, it would play into the hands of the both teams to score, obviously. Both teams have got goal scorers. Jermaine Defoe has missed the FA Cup game through injury. Now, if he's back in the team, then I think that does change things a little bit. I think if Jermaine Defoe's in the team, in the starting lineup, I would play both teams to score, because West Brom, we know, have got Saido Berahino. Tony Pulis has given him a bit of a hard time, and he's come out of it very positively and looks a lot happier. Brown Aday suddenly started scoring goals to repay that £10 million that they paid for him. So there are goals in both teams. It's just how ambitious both are. I think you'll know straight away within the first 15, 20 minutes what kind of game this is going to be. So if you haven't played so far and you're looking at it when the game's in play, I'd be going low on the goals if the teams line up negatively and if Jermaine Defoe isn't playing.
Okay. What are your predictions for the match, Lee?
Draw. I just think the draw suits both teams in a way. Obviously, both teams would love a win. I'm not saying they're not going to go for the win, but I think, like I say, I mean, if you look at the points total they're on now and what they need to survive in the Premier League, a point a game will do them. Now, Tony Pulis will go there, set up to get a point, and I think he'll get them. Let's not forget, Sunderland have got 12 draws so far this season. It's an incredible record. 6 of them at home. 5 of West Brom's away games have been draws as well. So I just think it's staring us in the face, and it's the biggest price of the 3, isn't it?
All right, so Lee Phelps is going for the draw here in this match. Lee, thank you for joining us today.
Pleasure.